Hi everyone, and welcome to Mr. Robomare Gaming channel. Today I have for you, well, kind of a unique little episode. I have one game in particular I want to play, which is Enduro. That was one that I played, well, actually one of my first games I played on the Atari 2600 back in the day when I first got it. But this is a little quick overview of what the Atari Flashback 8 Gold has, and this is the Activision version. So it has a few more of the Activision games, and two of them, well, yeah, pretty much two of them really stand out that I really enjoy. And one of them is Beam Rider. That's one of my favorite games on the Commodore 64. I think that's a better version, obviously, but it's still a pretty awesome game on the Atari. And then the other one is Hero. I really enjoyed Hero, again, on the Commodore 64. So you had a Commodore and an Atari back in the day. So a lot of the times you would get the Atari version and then a Commodore 64 version later, and you just end up playing the Commodore version. But they're both here. They're both awesome. But the one I'm going to play is Enduro, which was, again, one of the games I really enjoyed playing as a kid. And I'm playing it, again, on the Atari Flashback 8. With the HDMI hookup, and I'm also playing it on my Atari 7800 controller. Not the stick, but the actual controller that looks like the NES controller. So, Enduro, the premise of this one is basically just to race, and you got to pass how many cars you got to pass in one round. And you can see the number below is at 200, and so that's what I got to use. And oh man, this is a lot faster than what I remember. Woo! So once I've passed, the allotted number of cars, then I'm pretty much on the clear to go to the next level. And this is one of those games where just your points are miles. So right now I've gone 16, 17 miles, and just to pass the required amount of cars, and you can just keep going and going and going. I remember one time as a kid I got to number 6, or rank 6 or level 6 or stage 6 or whatever you want to call it, and I was ecstatic, and I've never been able to do it again. But as you can see, I'm pretty much rusty. And the weather's change, or the seasons change. So right now we're driving in some snow, kind of like what you do here in Minnesota today, especially since it's only 8 degrees and windy, and there's a nice layer of snow and ice on the ground. So we're kind of combating that. But anyways, with the snow it makes turning a little more difficult, so a lot of the times you just pretty much see somebody in your path, you're kind of screwed. My reaction isn't quite as good as it used to be. I thought I could just ricocheted. And I always love the sound effects. Brr, brr. Even has it shifting. And as a kid I never quite figured out what kind of car I was, but after a while I became aware of the fact that it looks more like an Indy car. Not quite what I was expecting for an Le Mans 24-hour race style car. I was thinking more, like the Gran Turismo style cars. But now it turns to night. You gotta try and pass as many cars as you can at night, or before it gets too dark, otherwise you really can't see. And I don't know if I'm gonna do it this time. Bouncing off the side. Man, I got 68 cars to pass. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. The suspense is killing me. See, now it's darker still, and it's going to make passing cars that much more difficult, so I really can't gun it. In fact, I'll be hitting the brakes a lot more. Or hitting cars. Either or, they'll both stop you. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna take this slow. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh. That's telling me I haven't passed enough cars and I'm coming close to the finish. There we go. Now we got it. Now, once I cross a certain threshold, that's going to reset, and that's the next stage. And that's pretty much Enduro for you. So, I don't know. I still think it's a pretty sweet game, even today. Alright, so now I have 300 cars to pass. So the conclusion is, good racing game, definitely one of those that you want to get if you are an Atari 2600 owner, if you liked Activision, any of those things, or, you know, get the Atari Flashback 8. It has... Oh my gosh. Alright, I have to be done. Apparently I can't talk and drive at the same time. In real life I can, I swear. But apparently in this, my concentration is gone-o. Alright guys, thanks again. Wish me luck. I'll leave you with the ambient sounds of Enduro.
Like a loser.